Welcome back to K-EntBuzz, your ultimate home for the most heartwarming, shocking, and exclusive stories from the Korean entertainment world. If you love K-drama stars, romantic revelations, and moments that make your heart skip a beat, you're in the right place. And trust me, you won't want to miss this one. Today, we're diving into a moment that has taken fans by complete surprise. Jung Hae In, Korea's beloved gentleman of the screen, has finally shared his most personal and unexpected confession about love. But what makes this story even more magical is Jung So Min's reaction, one that has sparked endless speculation and melted hearts all over the world. From the quiet details behind his words to the subtle, emotional clues in her response, we're uncovering the full, lovely truth behind this captivating moment. So grab a seat and let's step right into the world of Jung Hae In and Jung So Min's unspoken connection. The air was electric in the studio that day. Fans had tuned in from every corner of the globe, waiting for yet another charming interview with Korea's soft-spoken heartthrob, Jung Hae In. Known for his gentle smile, impeccable manners, and the quiet depth in his roles, Hae In had always been careful when it came to speaking about his private life, especially his love life. But what happened during this interview was something no one, not even his closest friends, saw coming. The host began with light questions about his recent projects, his upcoming drama schedules, and how he has been balancing work and rest. Everything seemed routine until the topic drifted towards love. A slight smile crossed Hae In's lips, but his eyes held something different that day, a mix of vulnerability and determination. Fans watching from home could already sense it. Something was about to happen. Then, without the usual deflections or playful jokes, Jung Hae In leaned slightly forward and said in the most sincere voice, "I think it's time I admit something I've kept to myself for a long time." The audience in the studio gasped quietly. The host leaned in, and the chat sections of live streams went wild. Was this finally it? The moment Jung Hae In would open up about his love life? The man who had always been the king of mystery was suddenly giving the world a glimpse into his heart. With a deep breath, Hae In continued, "I've always believed that love is something worth protecting, something you nurture quietly without the noise of the world. I don't believe in love just for the sake of being in love. I believe in love that makes you want to become the best version of yourself." But then came the part that made headlines across every entertainment news outlet. His voice softened even more, and with the faintest smile, he added, "There is someone who makes me feel that way." The studio erupted in whispers. The host's eyes widened. Fans froze mid-comment on their screens. Was Jung Hae In confessing? When pressed gently by the host about who that person might be, Hae In hesitated, laughed shyly, and said, "All I can say is she's someone I deeply admire, both as a person and as an actress." Naturally, the internet immediately exploded with speculation. And among the top names being mentioned was none other than Jung So Min. Why? Because just weeks before, Hae In and So Min had been spotted together at multiple industry events, sharing warm smiles and what seemed like effortless, natural chemistry. The two had worked together before, and their on-screen pairing was adored by fans. But many had wondered if there was something more beneath the surface. As if fate were playing along, Jung So Min herself was asked about Hae In's words during a separate interview just days later. The moment the reporter mentioned the confession, So Min's cheeks flushed the faintest pink, and she let out a shy laugh that fans instantly dubbed the giveaway smile. "He's a wonderful person," she replied carefully, her voice warm and thoughtful. "I think love, whether romantic or not, is something that should be cherished quietly and sincerely. And Hae In, he's someone who truly understands that." For fans, this was enough to fuel endless theories. Some pointed out that So Min's tone was far more personal than professional. Others noted the slight sparkle in her eyes when she spoke his name, or the way she pressed her lips together as if holding back something more. Back on social media, clips of the two together flooded timelines, moments from interviews where they seemed lost in their own world, behind-the-scenes footage where Hae In would quietly pull So Min's chair closer during group photos, or the way she would glance at him before answering a question. These weren't grand gestures, but quiet, meaningful ones, the kind that spoke of comfort and understanding. Industry insiders began weighing in, with one anonymous source saying, "They've always had a special bond. Even when the cameras aren't rolling, they share the kind of laughter and ease that you only see between people who truly care about each other." Fans began calling their dynamic the quiet romance, a love that isn't splashed across headlines or fueled by scandals, but something that grows naturally in the spaces between work, friendship, and mutual respect. Weeks later, during a fan meeting, Jung Hae In was asked directly if he regretted making his confessions so public. He smiled and said, "Love is something we shouldn't be afraid to speak about. I wasn't trying to make a big announcement. I was simply being honest about what inspires me to be better every day." As for Jung So Min, she's remained gracefully silent on whether the confession was truly about her. But she's been spotted wearing a bracelet fans suspect was a gift from Hae In, something subtle yet deeply personal. Whether they choose to confirm it or not, one thing is clear: the connection between Jung Hae In and Jung So Min has captivated millions. It's a reminder that in a world obsessed with grand gestures and public declarations, sometimes the most beautiful love stories are the ones told in whispers, glances, and the smallest acts of kindness. And perhaps that's why this moment will go down as one of the most heartwarming confessions in Korean entertainment history, because it wasn't about drama or scandal. It was about sincerity, admiration, and the courage to let the world see just a little piece of one's heart. So maybe Jung Hae In didn't shout it from the rooftops, and maybe Jung So Min didn't confirm it outright. But the way they look at each other, that's a language only two hearts in quiet harmony can understand. And for fans, that's more than enough. Because sometimes, love doesn't need to be loud to be real. And there you have it, the confession that left fans swooning and Jung So Min's reaction that spoke louder than words. Whether it's friendship, admiration, or something even deeper, one thing's for sure: the bond between Jung Hae In and Jung So Min is something truly special. Thank you for watching K-EntBuzz, where we bring you the stories that touch hearts and keep you coming back for more. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your fellow K-drama lovers, and hit that subscribe button so you never miss another heart-fluttering update from the world of Korean entertainment. Until next time, stay tuned, stay in love, and keep believing in the magic of K-dramas.